I grew up on the edge of town, far enough out that the streetlights stopped working, close enough that you could still see the old school if you stood in the right place and waited for your eyes to adjust. My family kept dogs. We always had at least two. Farm mutts, smart, loud when they needed to be. That's how I know something changed, because they noticed before anyone else did. It started with the birds. Every morning, just before sunrise, they used to make noise. A low, steady chorus that eased you awake whether you wanted it to or not. Then one day, they stopped. Not gradually, all at once. I remember waking up and thinking I'd gone deaf. No wind, no insects, no birds. Just a hollow quiet that felt stretched too thin. The dogs were awake already. Both of them sat at the back door, staring out into the dark yard. Their ears were up, tails low, not barking, listening. I opened the door to let them out. They didn't move. That should have been my first warning. By noon, the birds were back, but they sounded wrong, too synchronized. Every call overlapped perfectly, like they were following a pattern instead of responding to each other. That night, the wind changed. It didn't blow through the trees. It moved between them, slow, careful, like fingers testing chimes. Tap, tap, tap. The sound came from the fence line. 3 soft knocks of wood on wood, carried by the breeze. One of the dogs whimpered. The other bared its teeth at nothing. I didn't sleep much after that. Over the next few days, animals started behaving strangely all over town. Dogs refused to cross certain streets. Cats sat motionless, staring toward the school for hours at a time. Livestock went quiet at night. No panic, no noise, just stillness, as if everything had agreed to wait. I noticed the patterns when I started walking the trails behind my property. I like to clear my head out there. Woods, open space, no people. That's where I heard it clearly for the first time. Not tapping, breathing. The wind rose suddenly, swirling around me in a tight circle. Leaves lifted from the ground and spun at my feet, but nothing else moved. The trees stayed still. The sound came again, a low rush of air. Then a shape formed in the grass ahead of me. Not a body, a path, grass flattening in a slow, deliberate line, as if something invisible was pacing back and forth. The dogs growled behind me. Then the birds screamed. Every bird in the trees took off at once, wings beating so hard it felt like pressure in my ears. I turned and ran. That night, the tapping came from outside the house, not on the walls, on the ground. 3 dull thuds, spaced evenly, like something heavy pressing into the earth. The dogs hid under the table. The wind whispered through the cracks around the windows. Not words, cadence, instruction. I started noticing things after that. Tracks that didn't make sense. Paw prints that stopped mid-step. Deer frozen at the tree line, staring toward town, eyes reflecting light they shouldn't have been catching. The school felt closer every day. Not physically, but everything seemed oriented toward it. Like gravity. One evening, I followed the dogs when they bolted out the door unexpectedly. They ran straight toward the woods, then stopped dead at the edge of the clearing. They refused to cross. I did. The air shifted immediately. No sound, no wind. Even my breathing felt muffled. The ground ahead of me showed impressions forming on their own. 1, 2, 3. Each press sank deep, as if whatever was standing there weighed far more than it should. The wind moved again. This time it came from behind me, wrapped around my shoulders, guiding. The dogs howled, a low, broken sound I'd never heard from them before. I backed away. The impressions followed, closer. Then the birds returned, not flying, watching. They lined the branches silently, heads tilted at the same angle, eyes fixed on me. The wind pressed harder, not violent, insistent. I whispered, "I don't understand." The wind stopped. For the first time, I felt something like a tension. Then the tapping came, not from outside, from inside my chest. A pressure that matched the rhythm I'd been hearing for days. Tap, tap, tap. The animals fled, every single one. Birds scattered, the dogs ran for the house. The woods emptied. I stood alone in the clearing. The wind circled once more, then passed through me. Cold, heavy, gone. The next morning, the town felt wrong. People talked quieter. Animals avoided streets that led toward the school. Someone said a herd of deer had been found standing perfectly still overnight, facing the same direction. Facing town. I left not long after, packed up, took the dogs, didn't look back. They're calmer now, but sometimes, late at night, they sit up suddenly and stare at nothing. Ears perked, tails low, listening. And when the wind moves just right, I swear I can hear it again. That careful rhythm, not knocking, not speaking, just reminding the land where to lean.